Citizens of French Cameroon, I'm quite sure you guys know the day President Paul Biya became president. That was November 6, 1982. Today is November 7, 2020. Is he the first president of Cameroon, La République du Cameroun, Amadou Ahidjo, ruled in French Cameroon with English Cameroon for 22 years. Paul Biya has ruled for 38 years. 6 more years to make it 44 years, which would be a double the amount of time President Amadou Ahidjo ruled. So Amadou Ahidjo did it for 22 years. President Paul Biya has done it for 38 years, and he needs 6 more years to make it 44. So which means that the next leader in Cameroon will have to rule for 88 years. Citizens of French Cameroon, when would you guys wake up and look at reality for what it is? For the 38 years that President Paul Biya has been president over Cameroon, do you have good roads? Do you have electricity? Is Cameroon developing as a nation, or is it going backward? How many people die on the road because of bad roads? Because of accidents happening on the bad roads? How many? Every year. Those are lives taken away because of the incompetency of the government, of President Paul Biya, of all the politicians in French Cameroon. People are dying. It doesn't matter if you're rich or poor. People are dying because the government of Cameroon, of French Cameroon, is incompetent, it's useless. It's a government that is against the people. It's a government that is not for the people. So, those capable French Cameroonians who are trying to fight, known as the anti-sardine or whatever, who are trying to fight the government of La République du Cameroon, who are trying to fight against President Paul Biya and his regime. This is time for you guys to step up your games, because I know not all capable French Cameroonians will step up to kick out Paul Biya and his regime. But those who are bold enough, those French Cameroonians who are bold enough to take the horn fully, to hit at the horse, to stand and fight against this regime. Those who are capable, those French Cameroonians who want to fight the regime of La République du Cameroon, the regime of President Paul Biya, his entire government, from the prime minister to all the parliaments, all whoever. This is the time for you all to take this fight to another level, because the rate at which looting is in Cameroon, the politicians are looting the resources and looting the finances of Cameroon, making Cameroon wretched, and the people suffer. 38 years. When can you, French Cameroonians, say that enough is enough? This guy must go. We must do everything possible to kick this regime out. Another factor that you guys, French Cameroonians, don't seem to understand and don't seem to see, and it's not only French Cameroon, it's also French Africa in general. French Africa is interconnected, it's interwoven, it's like part of France. France own French Cameroon, French Africa, and which includes French Cameroon. France owns it, and France benefit from the resources, which means that the politicians who are in position of power do the biddings of France to enrich France and not the people of French Africa. Look at the election in Ivory Coast. The president won it by 97%. You know that is rigged. You know that is fake. You know that is not an election. There's no way any candidate can win by 97% or 100% or even 86%. There is no way any candidate in Africa, in any part of Africa, can win with a high percentage. So you're saying that everybody supports you, and including the bad government or governance that you're providing. French Africa provides bad governance. Cameroon, President Paul Biya provides bad governance, which means that the people of French Cameroon and French Africa are not only fighting against the leadership of French Africa, but the leadership of France that owns French Africa. You see, the so-called freedom that we gain, independence that we gain, was not true freedom, was not true independence. French African countries don't have true sovereignty. They are interconnected with France. Yes, there is some leeway, some freedom, but not complete freedom. And in order to have complete freedom in French Africa, and probably the entire Africa, true radical Pan-African revolution must take place, which means that certain leaders who have looted the continent and who have looted the countries in the continent must be dealt with. You see, when somebody says thief in Africa, in any part in Africa, what do they do to that thief? The thief might have stolen something as little as the bread, or $1,000 or 1,000 francs, or small amount of money. And what do the people do when they catch the thief? They beat him to death and burn him to death. But you have African leaders stealing so much wealth out of Africa, which create a pathway that destroys the lives of African people. People are dying on the streets because of accidents, because of this, because of lack of this, because of bad hospitals, because of not enough hospitals. Why? Because the leaders are there looting the money needed to build a nation that would support the people. But French Africa, like French Cameroon, do not want to rise up and fight against such devilish and criminal acts, which is done by the so-called leaders who are supposed to do what is necessary so that the people of their country and the continent will grow. So French African citizens must revolt. We must have a Pan-African revolution. The same way you treat a common thief that steals a loaf of bread or a few penny or whatever. You catch them and burn them. It's the same thing that needs to be done to all those politicians in French Cameroon, in Africa, French Africa. Burn them to down. Because they have been destroying lives, African lives. But most people don't think critically. They don't look at the big picture. They only look at the smaller picture. They don't want to fight for something that is going to benefit all. They just want to fight for what benefits them. Which is why African leaders will always continue to use the people, and the people will suffer. But to those French Cameroonians who are trying to fight those anti-sardines, it's time to take some lessons from Ambazonia and start bringing down some buildings inside French Cameroon. You see, it's time to make French Cameroon ungovernable, just like we have made Southern Cameroon ungovernable. That is the solution, to bring down the leadership in French Cameroon and to bring down the leadership in any part of Africa that does not do what is necessary to build the nation, but is there eluding from the nation and perpetually leaving the people in bondage and death. True Pan-African revolution must be ignited. Just like what is happening in Nigeria and SARS and the protests, Nigeria needs to start burning some of those bad leaders who have looted the nation. Just like they burn a common thief who steals a loaf of bread. They need bread. They need to burn down some of those wicked, cruel, demonic leaders who don't give a damn about the African people. Because if we don't, nothing will change. Any leader will step up and do whatever they want to do because they know the people cannot be united for a cause that benefits all. Only true radical Pan-African revolution can shake in the core of Africa. Without which, nothing will change, and the leaders will never respect the humanity of the citizens, and they will do whatever they have to do to get their way, which includes destroying lives. The leaders of Africa don't give a damn about African lives. President Paul Biya, who has been there for 38 years and is trying to hit 44 years, don't give a damn about any French Cameroonian citizen, not to talk about English Cameroonian citizen. And the leadership of French Cameroon do not give a damn about the people of French Cameroon or Southern Cameroon. And they will do whatever to get their way, and that includes destroying lives. But the people must rise and see the truth and fight against such bad leadership that only occurs inside Africa. This is King Echu. Till next time.